Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be, what are we on, like episode 45, I think? Gonna get League 13, actually, right off the bat here, and then we're gonna do some of the Showdown, the Stars and Stripes Showdown that's going on. So yeah, let's just get right into it here. Bam! League 13, everybody. Let's go. Bam. Okay. Bunch of tours unlocked. We have loadouts saved now. Let's claim that. Let's see what our next tasks are going to be. 50 feud battles, just in time for this weekend. 250 limited time tour, complete summer showdown, tour chapter 6 hell mode, and then 25,000 league points, which will take a while. That'll absolutely be the slowdown, is the league points. That's like 25 days. So pretty much a month. As for this, let's see what the League 13 loot looks like. Silver League that we've been saving. We have 128 pulls saved up. We're up to 4-star silver now. And I still don't look like I probably care. British Bulldog would be nice. Yeah, I still don't care. Need like Bruno Sammartino and Rocky Johnson for their coaches for me to care. So nothing I super need there. So we're going to continue to save that and wait for something hopefully better. We'll go ahead and recruit Piper though. Why not? The rowdy one. So the Stars and Stripes showdown that's going on, there's Lex Luger damage. We're gonna try and do some of that. I don't know how far we're gonna get. Yeah, cause our Luger is 4-star, but there are some boosts that is worth knowing about going in here. So Luger gets 10 MP and 200% move damage, and that works like a buff. So it's like a 200% move damage buff. So we can probably do some work on him, although we don't really want to see millions of health. At all. He can do a lot, so 12k. I need to find somebody low talent to go along with him. There we go. Okay. Don't have promoters for either of these. Let's just see if we can get some Luger damage. I just want to help the faction and get some faction points. I can never do super well in this particular style of showdown. So most of my notoriety gets taken away right away. And you can see we're doing 2 million damage there. So that's nice. We're not going to do enough to keep him down. But like I said, my Noto and what I can do just really doesn't work well. I should not have done this, by the way. We were going to hope to recycle. I definitely shouldn't have done this. Now, I was just going to, like, I'll get a little more damage in. So yeah, we're hitting for 2 million on the finisher and then some bonus damage for every boss gems. Oh, we get choose yellow. We're okay. I don't know what I was worried about. Let's get the red right there. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, 5 million hit. That'll work. So yeah, my goal is just to get some faction points in here. And then tomorrow I'll climb the Noto where I can. I mean, mainly this is just for the Lex tokens. My Noto, I'm not going to get El Grande, and I don't get high enough to really get much in the way of prizing for the shards or whatever. So yeah, this type of showdown I don't do well, so I don't really care. It's more about getting some faction points, and Lex ticks Lex and New Gen both, so it's a twofer. So that's what we want to do. And I'm 61st place, so obviously not super high. But let me show you guys what I'm doing with Lex so you can see. Because we get 10 MP, I have 10% red move damage here, 10% red move damage here, 5% red here, and 5% yellow here. It's totally jank. It's the best I can do, though. I had an affiliation strap, so I just unlocked it twice. Once I got this, I was good to go. And then I just put a 200% metal, remove damage metal on, right? So it's literally the jankiest setup possible with Lex, but he's got the boost, and we can get some damage and help the faction. That's all I'm really going to do with the 6 energy here, right, is just get as much damage as I can to help the faction out, and do a little bit better job in the placing of all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and do this one first. This is just for damage. Don't really care that much, although we will set up maybe set up some wildcard nonsense right in here if it works out. Obviously it may not. Do that there, because that'll probably, yeah, we can make that work. Yeah, that should be, no, we can't. Let's do it. We can do that though. Yeah, we'll do that. Also, if we see a showboat, I don't know if any of these have class advantage there. If we're lucky, the wild card will fall there. If we're lucky. Yeah, let's do that. And we're lucky there, so a little extra damage just for funsies. Calm down, man. Cascade a little bit less. Juice. Yeah, getting some damage in, right? Not completely worthless. Silver showboat. I don't know how much longer we're going to keep seeing bronzes, so I'm just going to take every bronze I see, regardless of what they are. I'm not going to skip any of them, because we definitely cannot take silvers. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And we'll just make sure we recycle and leave the rest of the board alone. Just go for the speed aspect. Looks like we're going to mostly drain his health anyway, so alright, all good there. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah, so like it's important, guys. Like I've said all along the way, I'm still like almost 3 or 4 times smaller. There's one other small person in my faction, and then I'm like 3 times smaller, 4 times smaller than the next smallest in my faction. You don't need to have a huge roster to make it in like right around a rank 50 faction like this. You just need to try, right? So it's important in those situations where you can do stuff, just do what you can. And this is a perfect example. Am I going to be top in the faction? No, but I'm also not going to be bottom simply because I'm putting some effort in, right? So for those of you like, you know, wondering or whatever, I've shown, I think, consistently that as long as you put effort into it, you can hang in approximately a rank 50 faction. So if you want better rewards and that kind of stuff, you know, go ahead and join up with a little bit better faction. You'll learn more about the game. You'll grow. You'll get better rewards, and probably make some friends and have more fun on top of it. So, would highly recommend that if you're laboring in a lower ranked faction, you don't have to. You can experience a lot more of the game, but you just have to be willing to commit effort to it. And Lex is probably the worst rework. Luckily, he's got decent buffs for this. So even though he's a terrible rework, we can do some damage at least. And I'm only taking him up as high as I get fuses for because he'll never get used on my roster again, except when Scopely makes me, like now. Right? He's a total waste of resources. His trainer's worthless, and as a fighter, he is just simply horrible. Yeah, so basically I just committed some TP into the 3 moves you see me using to do some damage, and then coin to take him to this level, and that's good, right? I don't ever need to go farther. I'll get what I get from the daily tours with this height, you know, with this amount put into him, but that's it. That's where he goes. You know what I mean? So I'll use the red shoes, and then the random botches in the finisher, or the red sub. I mean, probably. You can't recycle, so this is probably the moveset I'm running anyway, because the sub can't recycle. He's just not. Yeah, he doesn't hit hard enough to not recycle with the sub because he just dies. You know, without big boosts like he has now for the Showdown. But luckily they gave him the big boost, so we can do what we have to. So it's not as annoying as it could be, right? Not as annoying as it could be. But I really hate the rework in general. I still am of the opinion that it was kind of a waste of everybody's time, including Scopely's, to rework someone on this level of not goodness. And grammatically, that's not very well put, but not goodness, I think, is pretty accurate. We maybe have like one more energy left. Yeah, one more. Let's see if we can get one more bronze. We may not even be able to find somebody now because it's good, because it's kind of early in the Showdown, but I wanted to make sure I could get some faction points in, because I'm sure everybody will be trying to get those, and my options are limited for scoring faction points, so let's I wanted to double dip on the new gen and Lex. Okay, last energy spent. We got 300 and some for the Hall of Fame Lex tokens, so that's nice. 55 or 50 a pop, whatever it is, times 6, so 300 plus Evo tokens. Nice crit hit there. Some extra contest points for us. All right, now I won't have to, because it takes 2 hours, so I won't have to worry about it for 12 hours. I'll play a little bit right before bed, and then in the morning before it's over, and if there's any points left to get when I check before bed, I'll go ahead and use that person. Lex is almost done, so I doubt there will be any points, right? Legend is still there, and maybe some of those eras, but there won't, probably by the time I have enough energy, it'll be done. And let's see if I got. See, that moved me all the way up to 25th. Granted, a bunch of people haven't played yet. But considering the other ones, like I don't have coins to spend, right? And I didn't have as much talent up maybe as some people. Um, so yeah, I mean, like, I think that's pretty good for the faction event. And then let's go back in here just to check. I don't think... Oh, we did. We got one of these, couple of these doodads too. So a few El Grande shards, 30. So there's that. And yeah, let's just claim this up. And cool. Very cool. So that's that. Let's go into, I need to be doing daily showdown, career showdown all the time. Simply because we need TP, right? And the milestones have TP in them. Also need to build up, and showdown coins, we need to build up a stash for when we can start getting stuff, and I've kind of been neglecting it a little bit. Just a skosh. So we need to get back to not doing that. All right. So let's just do, what are we at? 33. And let's make sure he doesn't have the big boy medals. Doesn't. We can let the game do what it do. For sure. Yeah, this is episode 45. I just double checked. Just double checked. It is not the most exciting thing to do. At least it's only 3 matches. I really should do it. Like I do it probably like half the time at least. But I need to do all of it. We'll just do one match here. I'm not gonna hold you guys hostage for this because it, you know, Mello's pretty boring. Goldberg would work well too, and so would Cena. Those are the 3 probably best I would have for beating Golds. Yeah. But then I haven't done, I have a lot of tours to do and stuff. Maybe we'll do some of those. Yeah, I don't know. We'll kind of check around. I want to take a look in the Stip store, actually. I think I might have some Stip currency from when we had those special Stip tours. So let's take a look in the Stip store. And we need to start thinking about doing some of that, too. Gosh, I don't want to. I hate stipulation. It is what it is. Oh, goodness. Almost there. I'm actually going to do a bunch of road tours. I think, because I need tokens and such. So I think I'm going to do a bunch of road tours off whatever you want to call this, off recording. Just auto through a bunch of them without paying attention. Maybe binge watch a TV series. So I have Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, and we have Amazon for streaming services. What are some of the best shows you guys think to binge watch? Like, some of my favorites have been like I loved like Vikings, like any of that period piece stuff like that. So Vikings was great. And then what's the one with Uhtred? I can't think of the name, which was really good too. Uh, anyway, that one was really good. Um, so yeah, any of that kind of stuff I really like. But just got done watching Daredevil, the new season. It was not bad. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Um, so I'm always looking for something to watch. Andor. I watched all of the seasons of Andor. That was impressively good. If you haven't seen Andor, definitely worth the watch on Disney. Yeah. So, all right, let's do Stip. Let's look at Stip. Not necessarily do Stip because life's short. Multiply gems, huh? We have 1.13 million, and the plates are 400,000. These are 200,000. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. I hate Stip. I don't know. I don't think I can do it today. I have to I have to like work myself up to it. Um Mherex doesn't really need to do Stip because he has all the promoters, and I don't really care enough about anything I can get from it to do it, like because after a grand tournament I've only played Stip basically when forced to. I pretty much hate it and will always hate it. Um so I try to avoid it like the plague. Except for when they do the one node stuff. I like that. That's good. One node, one chance, one run kind of thing. Those I like. That's about the only version I can like is maybe a strong word. Depends the contest they put around it. When they put a good contest around it, I like it. Um, so I guess that brings us to, and I could do speed tour now, but I usually record it in the morning and post it a couple hours before the new one. That's why that's there. We have the Lex tour. I mean, maybe you guys want to see how I try and get through some of that with a crappy Lex. I don't know. Um, we can do a few of them, I suppose. Uh, Gosh, he's not good. Oh yeah, before that, let me see where if we can level up. Yeah, we can't get any. This is a serious complaint. I don't know who I have to talk to at Scopely to address this, but why can a new account never max the tour perks? Like, if any account needs perks for tours, it's new accounts. I don't understand why you guys make it harder on new accounts to have the tour perks. Like, what is the point of that? Are you what lesson are you trying to teach new players? That every advantage is given to higher players? I mean, like, or I just don't get it. Like, are you saying either you're a new player, so you want them force them into buying the starter pack or something? I just really, really, really don't get this. Um, Everyone in higher leagues, it sometimes takes a few weeks, but at least when you max your MLC, you get enough tour perks to max it. You can see I've almost maxed mine, 2 milestones left, and there are no more tour perk things. We're 50 short. So unless you get lucky and get some from a daily bag, you can't get it. Massive gripe. Kind of pisses me off a little bit, you can tell. I think they need to do more to make the game better for new players, not less. And that to me is douchebaggery, for lack of a better word. Because, like I said, new accounts need the perks way, way more. You have no trainer options and stuff. Like, I just don't get it. Like, make it make sense. Somebody. Oh, okay, what are we fighting? We're fighting Yoko. Unfortunately, I don't have the class advantage stuff for the showboat. What color moves? He has red and purple moves. So we can actually make this work um, with these two moves. He's basically almost never gonna get like charged up. I mean, 3 is probably sufficient. I mean, honestly, 2 is probably sufficient, but because they're 1 MP, so so we'll just do that, and then do I want to use the sub or the finisher? Sub is no, I want to use the finisher, and then let's use red MP. All right. We'll see if we get very far in these. What's his yellow do? Increase your red MP by 4? Yeah, we're not super worried about that. Actually, we can just one-shot him. He doesn't have very much life. So that one's no problem. Excellent. Water. Yum. Nothing exciting to drink today. Ooh, we need these and these. We need all of these we can get. The powerhouse we're waiting on for Bossman, and the milk cartons we're waiting on for Roxanne, along with defensive shards. So those are useful. We got 659. We can one-shot this one too. Also using red and purple, so I don't think we'll be able to get through hell mode for sure, but I also don't particularly care. More tokens, yummy yummy. Because, you know, this account, like I said, it's not going to get anywhere near El Grande Americano. We won't be crossing the Gulf of America. Events. It's an event. If only I hit the right button. I'm way behind on tours. I've been so lazy to start this week. Two accounts is too many for me. Two. That'll do it. Okay. Very good. Take the coin. Excuse me. That's 4 million. Is that what that is? 400,000. Okay. I need commas. Like, it's hard for me to see even playing on the PC. That's why I don't play on my phone, to be honest. But I really need commas. Like, my kingdom for commas. It was more than I thought. I can't. It just whatever. We won anyway. I need commas. Give me them commas. Emerald tokens. Very nice. All right. So now let's see if we're gonna mess with this. I kind of wouldn't mind those tokens. But how much do we have? We have to do a lot. What color? He's going to hit. Let's choose. 129k damage. How much life do we have? 310k. 3 hits and then we're out. And then he's going to get the purple. To do 14 million? Yeah, we can't do that. I can't do that with what I got. So, I'm sure if I had full tier whatever metals and an armor strap, we could cheese him with armor because it doesn't look like he's using anything like that. I don't care enough for that. He's got, yeah, and he's got no gem damage trainer, so he's easily cheesable if you're trying to do that. And you have a strap for that kind of stuff. I don't. So yeah, we're gonna call that good. And let's keep, what are we? We're 30 minutes in. Let's mess with, I think we have just enough to start with the red with the 2 MP trainers. Let's find out. Might be with the stun. Might be one short. Because my Roxanne is 3. Roxanne already paying dividends though. It is enough, sweet. Oh, I could have just hit the finisher, stupid. Waste an animation. Gosh dang it. Oh. Adjust in chair. TP, need all that. Yes, sir. I think we're gonna get Super Stacy shards up here, maybe. I don't know. Is she the whatever? Like I said, I'm way behind on tours. I was okay last week, so I kind of a lot of times let my points roll over to the next week if I'm in a decent spot in case I have a down week. For the faction ranking, try and spread them evenly. In case I struggle on a particular week, so I don't end up in the bottom. And then by the end, I get them all done, one way or the other. But I haven't really done Jack all so far this week, so I would imagine. And then we got the limited time tours too, so. Too bad I don't have a strap. They like the resources to just move a strap around, put a move damage strap. Then have to, like, you know, Balor, max perks and Showboat Balor with 100% move damage, 2 red. And that's what I did on Mherex account, right? And it just was all really easy. I won't be able to beat Hell Mode with this, but maybe I can get some of Hard, which would be nice. Looks like I have Showboat on Hard to do as well still. But there's some keys here, some Emerald tokens. Probably getting closer to a key pull too. She might stay down. Maybe. Excellent. Love to see it. Do. Very good, very good. Then we got to do like a mill. It's doable. Doable-ish. Luckily, she recycles. And you choose like a crap ton. A metric crap ton. It's a real measurement. You can verify that. Hear me now, believe me later. Just one of the many things I'm known for saying. Worldwide. Did I ever tell you guys I'm huge in Japan? Some of you watching this may know about that. Others, maybe not as much. Cruising right along. These aren't too bad. So far. Probably shouldn't have said that. Probably shouldn't have said that. I wonder if there's a more compelling way they could do tours. I was thinking about that today, actually, as I was going through the boring tedium of doing tours on Mherex. Actually, I was like, I wonder, like, so what is the point of tours, right? It's obviously give us something to do, and then, you know, we do the tours to get stuff, right? Like for events and things like that. But I was thinking about it, like, they're not really fun, right? Like they're just kind of there. They're something we do. I was wondering, and what I was thinking is like, I wonder if there's a way that you could make tours or do something instead of tours fun and or compelling, right? Like that serves the same purpose. Because really, a lot of times tours is basically to gate the events, right? You have XYZ character, you use XYZ character, you get extra points. So I wonder if there's a way they could do this a similar sort of thing, but maybe make it more compelling. I wonder if you guys have had any thoughts about that. Like, would it? I mean, like, do we even care at the end of the day? Like, would it make it better? Like, would it be cool if, like, I mean, sometimes they do it where they'll have events on the weekend where you're fighting, like the bloodline is fighting whoever they were fighting a little while ago in real life, feuding with. You know what I mean? In when I say in real life, I mean real life fake wrestling. Um, but I wonder, like, would that make it more compelling? You think, or would you just be like, nah, I don't want to see this? Like if they had like little like comic book bubble strips, like just with some quotes from that feud or something, you know, whatever. I forget what they actually call those things. They have a name for it, the comic book bubbles, I think. Um, you know, like is it onomatopoeias or whatever? I don't know. I could be totally wrong there. But would something like that make it more compelling? You think, like, or more interesting, or like, because they're just like really a lot of times just kind of really tedious. It's like a chore to get through to get to the end, and I don't mind like um I would say it's, and I don't feel like it's grinding, right? Because like I play a bunch of other games when I play for like hours and hours and hours to level somebody up, which is what I consider grinding. Champions, the tours really don't have that effect. Basically, I don't know. So it never really feels like I'm grinding, right? I don't know if this makes sense. And maybe it's because I'm a big RPG guy or like MMO guy, you know, and that sort of thing. Um, but if I'm going to do something tedious, I want it to feel like there's, I don't know, a reason for it a lot of times. And I feel like the tours are just kind of here. I a lot of times don't necessarily feel like there's a compelling reason. Um, you know, I'm not seeing my EXP bar on Super Stacy move, right? It takes coin to level them up, not EXP. I don't get coin from the tours, really. I get coin from events and prize walls. So, like, maybe it's that. I mean, who knows? Maybe the hype system will address something like that. I would love to actually see some kind of bar moving and progressing on my characters while I used them. That'd be much more compelling to me. Like if I had to use XYZ so many moves to level up the moves instead of stupid TP. I had to use the moves as they leveled up and they got more skill as I used them. Like, to me, that's so much of a better system, right? I decide I want to go use this guy on like whatever tour and level up their move. To make it more powerful just from like practice or experience. That to me makes way more sense than training points and coin. Give me levels, have me use my moves. I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about today, and maybe it's just like BS for me, or maybe it's because like I like RPGs and stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, very curious what you guys think. Anyone still watching? Oh, I messed that up. It doesn't matter though. Anyone actually watching at this point? I just feel like there's not a lot compelling here, right? Like, I'm basically talking about anything other than what I'm doing as we go through these, because what is there to talk about? I mean, like, you know, I'm Super Stacy's fighting Hall of Fame Molly Holly, and I'm not nearly as good, so I have to do this really. Honestly, it's a great mechanic on a new account, but for real, it's kind of a stupid mechanic when you think about it, right? Like, she just can't take a turn. So even this, like, there is zero skill involved in this, right? I mean, I think we could all agree on that, what I'm doing. I mean, you just have the right character and then, you know, stun lock sub them. This isn't like skillful or anything. So I don't know. I just, it's stuff I think about. Like when I think about ways that would make the game more fun, and improve it. And I feel like the tour system in general, I know it's a huge part of the game, right? They use it for every single event. I just feel like it's not very compelling for the biggest, honestly, arguably the biggest part of the game. Because we have tours for everything. Every weekend event has tours, right? They're there for everything. So for something that's like, I think legitimately the biggest portion of the game, it feels incredibly not compelling to me. And I don't know what would liven that up. So I'm very curious because I don't like complaining about stuff with also, or even commenting negatively because I don't think I'm really, maybe I am complaining, I don't know. But I like having solutions on hand, or at least giving suggestions, like, because I think, you know, you should never just say something sucks, without saying what could be done to fix it, right? Because then you're actually giving feedback that's constructive. You can not like something. You can absolutely say it sucks, but then I think you should follow it up with, hey, why don't we do this instead? This could be better. Because, you know, I don't know. That's just the way I look at it. But so those are just some ideas, random ideas I had. And they're probably nonsense, but I'm curious if anyone else feels the same way. And if you do, what would you do to make it more compelling, more interesting, more fun, right? I really do like the idea of getting experience from matches as opposed to coin. Like, I don't know, because this really feels like I mean, and it's listed under Google Play as an RPG match 3, right? It's an RPG strategy. It's those tag things. And I feel like maybe when it was originally designed, maybe people didn't quite understand the RPG aspect, which is usually you level stuff up. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, like, with through experience in doing things. Um, but we don't. We get coin and TP, and we don't get a meaningful amount from tours. There's no farming it. There's no, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just a thought. Not to say it still couldn't take coin when you get to certain level breaks or currency of some kind, but I just feel like it might be better if I actually trained my moves through doing my moves or something, you know? I mean, it's a wrestling game. We could have like um, the performance center, right? We go in the performance center and have to do like training bouts. Where you learn how to, you know, put a better figure four leg lock on or something. I don't know. Maybe that's stupid too. I don't think we're going any farther because that's good for me. On this one, I would love to get these, but that's against a silver. I don't think we could do it anyway, to be honest, because one cascade will nuke us. And I think that's it for today on the tours. We're 46 minutes in. We did a bunch of stuff. We did some Showdown. We got League 13. I kind of whined and complained a little bit. And yeah, I think we kind of covered about everything for episode 45. I am having a lot of fun on the free-to-play. But I just think about weird stuff like that sometimes, like things that maybe could make the game more interesting, more fun, more compelling. Things like the perks that a new account can't max the tour perks. Like, it's so weird to me in general too, why it seems like they want everything to be harder for the people that need the most help, whether it's low spenders, no spenders, new players, right? And I get that you have to cater to your spenders. That's fine. But like for stuff like freaking tour perks that's not competitive, like a spender doesn't get to beat up on us. And I say this because right now I'm pretending to be one of you because I'm on my free to play account, and of course if I'm on Mherex, I'm that spender beating up on everybody, right? But like they're not getting any special advantage. Like it just makes the game worse for people that don't have the tour perks, right? Like so, I don't know. I think some of this times the stuff is just made to be sucky so they can monetize solutions to go faster around it, which I think is a horrible way to make money in general and develop a game. You shouldn't make a game mode or something extra not fun or extra difficult so people have to spend to not spend time doing it, right? You should make a compelling game mode that's fun, that if anything people want to spend to play or keep playing or customize their characters. I'm a big fan of the Rocket League type models or League of Legends, you know, where it's not pay to win, you pay for skins, you can pay to accelerate. I always said it's fine to pay to accelerate. So just for example, with pay to accelerate, because I like giving solutions. So our model right now is tokens, TP, coins, right? And basically, if you're not a spender, what do? You just wait till you get enough, right? You don't, which is no big deal. If you're a spender, what do? If you don't have enough, you just buy the stuff to level them up, right? So by the same token, just monetize leveling people up in a different way. I can go level people up by grinding, right? And so can a spender. But if they don't want to grind, they just pay to unlock their moves. We go level them up. They pay to get the experience. They buy experience potions instead of level, right? It's a different way of monetizing the same kind of thing. I don't know. That's another thought. Like so much stuff is monetized that I feel like doesn't necessarily need to be, because people do spenders like so. In my case, on my main account where I've spent a lot of money over the years, I've never bought an offer because of coin or TP. Or tokens for that matter. I know some whales do and have, especially when a new tier comes out. I don't. I've never bought offer because of tokens, TP, or coin in the entire time I've been playing. Like, so I can't imagine as somebody who's literally over the years spent thousands of dollars that a lot of people buy those things and they make a ton of money off of that anyway. So it's just interesting sometimes what they choose to monetize and keep monetizing when maybe it doesn't really help and just hurts in the long run, right? Because I think you should just kind of enjoy the game, right? Like the 2x speed, in theory, the speed up was on paper it's great if you're a spender, right? For everyone else, what is it though? It just feels bad. Why do we do stuff like that? So you can sell a $20 a month subscription to the whales that were already buying everything anyway, as this to get like $20 or $30 more a month out of them. Like that's really short term to me. Sales goals, right? I think it's a digital game where you create items. There's like 500 million plates you could make. I mean, there's like, we still, for example, the nightmare plates, 100% yellow gem damage when you make multiply gems. Primary color. We don't have any other 100% primary colors, do we? There's a 50% tiara, and a 50% on the blue, right? Pyro Princess, whatever. And I don't think we have no red. We have no green. We have no purple. So there's just one example, right? Like of how many people would love a primary plate for the colors we don't have, and then a better tiara, 100% instead of 50. That literally takes a split second of thought. I mean, can't be that much of an issue to design. So this is just one example, right, for plates. And then like, here, let me throw something else out. You can literally put a gear on anybody. Maybe they have to get a WWE approved though, so gear might be harder. So that's probably not the best thing. I don't know how that works on their end, but like you could literally give anyone in the game you want a gear. I mean, it can't be super hard. We got people with Austin with like 4, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Like these are just thoughts. So instead of maybe money, and you know whales are going to buy that stuff, right? They don't want to miss out on having a gear. So instead of maybe a $30 sub, you make a gear. And then people don't sit there like, oh, this sucks. I play at 1.25 speed while everyone else plays at 2 speed. Again, just an idea. There's other stuff too. I mean, like, sell guaranteed medals. Whales will buy that. It won't give them that big of a upgrade advantage over what they have anyway, but like guaranteed medals in the sense that this is guaranteed to have black move percentage. This is guaranteed to have, you know, whatever, right? Like these are different things you could potentially monetize instead of things like speed up, you know. I don't know. Anyway, again, just having possible solutions for my complaints. And let's go back to the faction thing and finish that up right here. So we're getting really close on Roman. 171, 29 away. And not so much on these two. Gold tokens are slowdown currently. And that last little rant ended up getting us almost up to an hour. We're at 54 minutes, so see what happens. I just start running my mouth about stuff and then time flies. All right. And let's just check our situation here. We're only at 25,000 keys. 26,500. So that's a milestone. When we go here. So I have a couple goals for this month. That would be nice. I'm not buying any more Lex tokens. I bought it the first week because I'm not buying them. I don't care. I want them really bad, but I don't have a Titan plate, and I really want to get to 6,000. I don't know if I will. I'm kind of nervous I won't because I bought the first week and spent 1,230, and I'm almost done with my MLC, so I don't think I'm going to get a lot more of these. But I really, really want a Titan plate on this account. So yeah, that's really kind of big for this month. This one I only can get 2 tokens, so we might end up taking a 5-star gold Pat Patterson, so we don't have to use tokens. That's a possibility, even though I already have him. Or we'll take Becky shards, or we may end up taking 2,000 of these to get the Titan plate. I have Veer, I have Patterson, I have Bronson Reed, but I don't get enough tokens anyway. So hopefully next month at will be League 13, and hopefully we get a chance at with 3 tokens, so it'd be really nice to be able to start getting some golds for sure. So that would be huge. So kind of hoping for that. This prize wall, I would love to get May and Gunther, because I don't have Gunther, and both would help a lot. If I don't get enough for that, this would be really tempting for these two, just to have both at silver, even though I have them. So I'm not doing any pulls on the armory. I haven't pulled any armory currency because that's what I'm going for. So anyway, I think this is good for episode 45. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. And that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Not bad. Excited about League 13 and moving along, growing the business, so to speak. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.